Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Maya. So today I just wanted to talk about just life-changing skincare like hacks, I guess you could call them. And I have been just getting a lot of comments on some of my other videos, and as much as I love Biologique Recherche and like a lot of other skincare brands, probably not a lot of others. I only like Biologique Research, but I just want to say, as much as I love the company and what they stand for and what they do, I don't think they are like the magic solution. I feel like there's work you need to do behind the scenes, and I just don't think that like applying creams and lotions and potions will give you perfect glowing skin. And I just want to talk about what I do to get my skin like as healthy as can be, and my little tips of how I'm maintaining my skin. And it's always revolving. I'm always doing something new and trying something new. But I just wanted to make this video because I think I don't want to give people the misconception that just buying like $1,000 worth of skincare will clear your acne, because it won't. It really won't. Like, if you have acne and you're suffering from some sort of food allergy or sensitivity, or you just have really nasty hygiene and don't wash your face, or you wash your face too much, there's just so many things that can affect your skin. And I just don't think that like magic potions and lotions, regardless of how much they cost, will ultimately fix your skin or make your skin a certain way. Now, I will say, I do think skincare is super important, and ever since I started like really focusing on my skin health and doing all the things that I can do and investing into it, I have just felt I have had really amazing, beautiful skin. And that's kind of just why I felt like confident even to start making videos. And yeah, so my dog is right here sleeping. He literally sleeps in the bed, tucks himself in like a human, and uses a pillow. So that's that's the life of Lala. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically like skin hygiene and like cleanliness. And I know that this is like a hard topic, a hard pill to swallow for some people, because we might not all have access to just washing your face all the time, or like if you're really tired and you have to wear a full face of makeup to work, like making sure you take off all your makeup. But the first thing that I wanted to mention is like really being cautious of your skin and babying it. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who like are just rough on their skin and pull it and use like a lot of like eye makeup and really scrub to take it off. And while that's fine, I personally have noticed my like under eye bags get more prominent when I do that. And I have also very sensitive eyes, so anytime I use like certain eye makeup removers, like they will sting my eyes, and I just have to be really careful. And there was actually one point in time when I was just using coconut oil to take off my eye makeup, and I love coconut oil on the skin. I think like if you don't have a budget, I think coconut oil is like such a great start to cleansing your skin. But when I was using coconut on my skin and I had an eye appointment, several months into it, my optometrist mentioned my tear ducts were clogged. And so I basically had to like change from using coconut oil on my eyes to just around my eye area. And yeah, it's hard because there's not a lot of like safe, healthy products out there for the eyes. I mean, most of them are. I like to use OcuSoft, which is just formulated for like cleansing the eye area. and it's basically like something you would find like at the drugstore. But just being really careful about how you're like cleansing and pulling on your face and your skin, I think is super important. And I also want to mention like a monthly maintenance. Basically, starting to do a monthly facial for me was a game changer. And I've always suffered from like little blackheads, whiteheads, and like right now, what I get the most is, I think it's called milia, but it's like a deep rooted whitehead that is like under a few layers of skin. So it's not easy to extract, but it just like I get like those bumps, or especially around my cheeks, sometimes on my forehead, but my cheeks get it the most, along with blackheads. And I've also noticed that certain products will, accentuate blackheads too, like anything with a color. So if I use like self tanner on my face, or, any sort of foundation, it does tend to oxidize your pores and create more blackheads. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm not like a dermatologist. I'm just like a 30-year-old woman trying to make sure I have like beautiful, soft skin and look flawless. So please take everything I say with a grain of salt because I'm not using the proper terms. um, the next thing I want to talk about, well, in terms of getting a facial, I'm European and I grew up with like a mother who would have us just lay on the bed and she would extract our skin for about an hour till we were red and bleeding in some areas. And my skin can handle extractions, but if you are not used to extractions, like I and you have acne and you suffer from clogged pores, you are doing a disservice for yourself. I highly recommend extractions, and the only reason I actually go to my facialist is because she's also Polish and she kills it when it comes to extractions. She literally gets all of my deep rooted like whiteheads, and I leave there, and that's how I know, my skin is purging. I leave there just red, and like red all over, squeezed out, and it's not pretty. I take about, 5 to 6 days to heal from a facial, sometimes longer depending on what's going on. But facials have literally been a game changer. And I don't think, because my facialist uses her own products, it's not the products she's using. It's the steam opening the pores that she then later extracts. I think extractions are just so good, and she sometimes does a little bit of dermaplaning, which is like a form of extraction in my book. But if you haven't started doing extractions and you don't really have a big budget, that's, I think, like the biggest game changer. You could start like tomorrow, today, right now. And if you've never done extractions before, I recommend steaming your face. I use a really inexpensive facial steamer. I think it's Conair. I will link it down below. I've had it for years, but I will steam my face and then do extractions when I have bumps. So I haven't been able to, obviously we're still in quarantine, I haven't been able to have a facial since like late February or early March. And like my skin obviously misses it, but I've been self extracting and working on that at home. And yeah, I just think that is so important. If you don't do extractions, please start. What I want to talk about is diet. And um, I like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I'm kind of a yo-yo dieter, and I definitely will start something and do it for a while, and then something happens and it throws me off. So I have to restart what I'm working on, or, whatever like I was focusing on. And, I'll go from like a vegetarian diet or organic diet to just like a sad American diet. So right now I'm so many diets, right? So right now I'm working on, and it's like a hybrid diet. So I don't label myself anything because I just flip flop between everything. Right now I'm working on like vegan leaning more towards raw with without gluten. So it's kind of a weird diet, but basically I'm just eating these giant salad bowls with like the most bitter greens I can find. Everything's chopped up. There's a ton of onion. Like it's in it's working so far. I'm happy. But yeah, like yesterday I had nachos and they were like a vegetarian version of nachos, but I did have like nachos. So like, most days I'm doing this at. Let's see how long this lasts. I don't know. I can ramble on and on about diets forever. But I'm always trying something new. And which I think is a good thing because it does like shock your body in a way to like adapt and to see if you can live off something and it'll change your body. And so, in terms of skincare, I feel like every time that I eat clean, organic, my skin improves. And there is a store here in Los Angeles called Erewhon, and it's very expensive. And it's like Whole Foods on another level. And while they do sell most of the products Whole Foods sells, it's just like the products and the produce, everything is just so local and fresh. It's like a farmer's market that like turned into a grocery store. And sorry if you guys heard that. That is my trading account making noises. Not sure why. Um but basically anytime that I've started eating strictly and doing groceries strictly from Erewhon or Whole Foods, my skin has improved. And that's because I'm just leaning more towards healthy, natural foods, nuts, dried fruits, fresh fruits, vegetables, and the less food I buy in packaging, the healthier I feel. And it's not about being like gluten free and dairy free and all of that. Like you can just find healthier versions of all those things and still see an improvement. Like, oh my god, my one of my guilty favorite like pleasures in life is like a unpasteurized raw milk. Oh my god, with the cream on top. It is so freaking good. And I think it's just like a Polish thing. I think it's in my DNA to love like thick, creamy, fresh from the cow milk. Like I remember like being on the farm in Poland, and I didn't grow up there, but we would go for the summers and just literally drinking milk right after the cow. Like, you got it from the cow. What do you call that? Milk the cow. And it was just like warm and just so crazy. But like, I don't know if I do dairy, like, and I'm gonna reintroduce dairy again, it's going to be like unpasteurized, like with the cream on top. And oh my god, it sounds so good, right? And so the next thing I want to talk about is caffeine. And I don't know why I really base this decision on like a lot of influence from celebrities, because like JLo, for example, has flawless skin, and she is, in her she's 50, and she doesn't drink alcohol and she doesn't drink caffeine, which if you are like a big caffeine coffee head like me, oh my god, you guys, I was at a point in my life where I would drink 8 cups of coffee a day, and I would drink it black, and I would drink it all day long up until like 10 p.m. at night. And if anyone knows me from like that point in my life, like I had such like bad, like that was such a bad habit, drinking coffee, and I was addicted. And after I quit coffee about 5 years ago, I switched to black tea, and that it was the same thing. I was addicted to black tea. And I'll sometimes have like a decaffeinated tea, which still has some caffeine, but it's been 6 months since I quit all caffeine. Like, in general, and I've already noticed my skin improving drastically. Like, especially when it comes to my under eyes. Like, if I do my makeup, I just don't even feel like doing concealer. I just don't feel like I need it as much. And when I was drinking coffee, I needed so much concealer, and I would do like the whole Kim Kardashian, like white and then powder it. And I just like, I also feel like your skin looks and breathes better when you're wearing less makeup. And my focus right now is like less makeup for healthier skin. And I've just switched like some of my skincare brands, like non-toxic, healthier versions. So like what I've been using for a while, I'll let you guys know what I like so far. But caffeine really is like, I just noticed such a big difference when it comes to my under eye bags that it's worth stopping caffeine. And the last thing I want to talk about is just less of everything on your face. And this is hard because if you are suffering from acne or, like skin damage or whatever you're trying to heal through, I feel like it's just like you get into a cycle where you want to cover it and you use more and more and more product to cover it or try to heal it. And if your skin is inflamed and you're trying to heal it with more products, who knows what could be causing that inflammation. It's just, I think sometimes it's better to take a step back and start from like scratch. And if you're in that position, I would start with like just coconut oil and water on your skin, and like a warmer water, um, to really try to cleanse and heal your skin. And I mean, there's a lot of products out there. You can do your research. I heard someone use like recently using African black soap. I don't know about that, but I've heard that could be a really good healer for skin. But I would take a step back and find the most natural ingredients possible to give your skin a reset. So, just like dieting and like skincare and beauty and health, I feel like the more products you use, the more things you apply, like that will clog your pores more. That will not let your skin breathe and give you time to heal. So I think just a clean healing process is good. And if you've watched my last video, you also know that because a lot of us have to wear masks. I live in Los Angeles and we're required to wear masks um, anywhere we go, apparently. And because we have to wear a mask, I noticed just the friction of the fabric on my face with my skincare products causing like little acne in the shape of a mask. And like, think about how many things come in contact with your face after you've applied, your skincare. Like maybe you take a sweatshirt on and off or a sweater. Maybe you accidentally wipe your face. Like the friction of the products, I think, can also affect just how your skin looks. So if you have a lot of friction on your face, I think it's almost best to just use nothing, and or just a very lightweight moisturizer. Um, I'm not a big sunscreen person, but I have recently purchased something that I will make a new video about. So stay tuned. But like I said, the friction of just having too much product on your face can make your skin worse. So really take a step back and look at your skin and look at all the products you're using. Yes, it's great to have a bunch of products, cool, whatever. You have all these skincare products, but like I said before, they're not gonna, like a $500 serum is not going to make you have perfect skin. It's a culmination of just lifestyle, daily routines, and, you know, being good to your skin and doing less to your skin. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this. And yeah, and recommend starting to do facials if you can. And like I said, I go to someone European. I've been to all types of people. I've been to a Biologique Recherche spa before, and I will say when I get extractions, that does leave the longest impact on my skin. And I think finding someone who's really good at extractions is great. And most of the time, I don't know where people live, but it's not going to be that facialist that's at the massage spa. Like most of the time, you have to find a facialist that focuses on just facials and, doesn't have to do a certain routine to just get you out the door because you're at a hotel spa. So do your research to find a really good facialist. And I have been to quite a few facialists, and I still keep going back to the one I go to in Santa Monica because the value is good, and I feel like my skin heals and improves, and she's just so good at extraction. And I do want to say that this could be a whole nother video. I made an appointment and went to someone named Mila Morsi. I didn't actually go to her, but I went to her spa, and she's like in West Hollywood area. And her facials are about like $400, um, which I just don't think you need to spend that for a facial. And a lot of like the Biologique Recherche facials are like $500, $600. I think Seppi Spa is about $250. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would rather like put my money towards buying better products and going to a more inexpensive like facialist than to spend that. And I know a lot of people who do spend like $500, $600 on a facial, and I don't know. It's just so crazy to me because you could buy, I don't know, you could buy so much good, healthy food with that, or, like make really great lifestyle changes with that money, or I don't know. I just don't think that's worth it. And I'm sorry if you're that person who does spend that much money. Just saying, you can get a great facial, and I think my facialist is about $100, 100 to 120, but I budget that in, and I do buy her packages whenever she's offering them, and I do my best to like support her any way I can because she's great. But I just, like I said, you need to find a facialist and create a relationship with them, and not just go once. Start going once a month if you can, once every 3 weeks, if even better, once a week. And until your skin is healed and feels like it's in a position where you are happy with. But yeah, if you guys like this content, and you like skincare and beauty, subscribe down below. I would love to get to know all my subscribers. I keep getting more and more subscribers, and it makes me so happy that people are actually interested in my videos because I feel like I'm like a really lazy YouTuber, and I just don't like want to be editing and spending my time doing that because when I watch YouTube, I don't even watch YouTube, I listen to YouTube. So if you're like me, I'd rather like hear rambles than watch things and see things. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and take care, and subscribe down below. Bye.